Welcome today to Double Your Income. Close 8 out of 10 short sales in less time with less work and more pay. So what we're going to talk about today is we've broken down what we have to do into 4 easy video chunks that you can watch literally in a 5 to 10 minute window. Make it quick for you and pop to the next video and get this whole process done. So we're going to go over what each video goes over and what the final result of things will be. So video 1, we're going to talk about the market, looking at the overwhelming foreclosure numbers in today. Actually, opportunity is absolutely everywhere, so we just have to open our eyes. We really have to focus on the numbers, and this dilemma that we're currently in could last for the next 5, 10, even 15 years. Video number 2, we're going to talk about knowledge is power. We're going to educate first, and we're going to go over homeowner options. So we're going to learn the facts, the massive mental and financial impact on homeowners, know exactly what they're going through, know exactly what their credit's going to look like, know exactly what will affect them if they decide to go down the foreclosure road. So we want to give them and teach them and educate them with everything we have. Finally, video 3. What do you do when you come across a homeowner and they turn to you specifically for help? What do you do? How do you go about it? And where do you get your answers from to help them out? So a crazy statistic that it's out there is it's staggering why only 23% of short sales close, and we're going to find out answers now. We're going to find out why. And finally, in video number 4, we're going to give you the solution to all your problems. And do you really want to know, or do you really want to just go through the video and not really take some action? So we're going to get into our guaranteed sale program, and more importantly, we're going to get you started immediately so you could move forward, start taking advantage of the foreclosures, start educating your homeowner, start getting involved today, and really more importantly than anything, change your life and start making some money. So the beginning, why short sales, why I'm here, tell you a little bit about my background. I've been in real estate for the last 10 years. About 2005, I had a business partner that sold his home, took all his money, started a business, and he already had an existing restaurant. He just was opening up a second location. We did this right off rush. Needless to say, the business failed. I had put $50,000 into it. It did not work out. But what had happened is it taught me and got me involved on the track for short sales, because it bought his house where he was having his restaurant back in 2005, 2006 for $269. When his business failed, we had to relist it for that point. Prices were not going higher, but they weren't falling either. So listed the property. Got a contract by Sunday evening, told them all about it. We were both very happy about it. Sunday night, when I talked to them about the contract, I confirmed it with the buyers that came in and took a look at the property. They were happy. There were some guys out of Florida. Monday morning, told him to get me his mortgage statements, his second mortgage statement, and his condo association dues for his property. By the end of business on Monday, found out he was $10,000 upside down. Had to go back to that agent that we'd promised that property to and said, hey, look, we have a problem. Needless to say, they were upset. They walked out of the deal. We tried to find a couple buyers during the course of the week. We actually had the price up to $285. And those guys came back on Friday and said, hey, look at my guys, calm down. They'll take the $279 for the property. They'll help your guy out. Literally, they closed on the property within 2 weeks of where we were at. Got my buddy out of a bad jam. He still was literally $3,000 upside down with the property. But it was really the first time I was introduced to a situation where a short sale could have occurred, and I really started looking for answers of how I could have made this a much easier transaction, because quite frankly, once I told that buyer's agent that he was good for the $269 and the original price, I would have liked to, I would like to stick to that price, but just didn't work. But it was really a godsend in everything, and it started my path to short sales. I had purchased a house actually in 2005, 2006 in Arizona. Needless to say, by the end of 2006, beginning of 2007, the house was upside down. I kind of popped in there, looked at prices today. It's even worse than it was then. But one of my very first houses that I had a short sale on was a personal residence of myself. So I'm familiar with the process. I understand what it makes you feel like. I understand what you go through, the mental side of it, the emotional side of it. So I'm there with you. But then the market started crashing. Agents in my local area started having big problems. Agents themselves, if you know anything about agents, wear a lot of different hats, as is. Now they had to become negotiators. They had to become keeping deals together. They had to, work at marketing for strictly business that had to do with short sales. So it became a big problem. And then today we have an epidemic of foreclosures. It's literally everywhere. So that's how I got in the business of short sales, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But first and foremost, we want to talk about the numbers, the present problems, today's world. Today we have 15 million homeowners that owe more on their mortgages than the home is literally worth, and that's 26% of homeowners are underwater and they're just walking away. We can see it on CNN, and you can see some clips that I put down here that are literally affecting everyone today. By the end of March of 2011, it's projected that 25 million homeowners will be upside down. That's 48% of all homes in the U.S. today. Borrowers are strategically defaulting on their mortgages today. Look, here's an article from Time. Half of mortgage holders expected to be underwater. I mean, this is staggering. So as we look at this is just completely devastating to our economy and what's going on, but it poses a lot of opportunity. So 7.3 million families are 60 days behind on their payments, but have not been foreclosed on. And there are another 5.1 million homes for sale. What that means is the inventory of homes that we're looking at today can double in the next couple of years. Foreclosures continue to climb higher and higher. And here's another article that we pulled out, just about a year or so ago now, that they kept climbing 2008, 2009, and continue to go at an incredible pace right now. So the tsunami of foreclosures, up 46% from last year, tops 191,000 a month. For sale by owner, there's a lot more for sale by bank nowadays. Foreclosures jumped 24% this quarter, 803,000 in the last 3 months. Over a million homes sold in the last 3 months, but let's break that down. 374,000 of those homes sold last month. 2/3 of those, that's 66%, 267,000 are foreclosed properties. So look at only 106,000 are normal sales. So if you're in real estate, if you're an investor, literally there's not much opportunity out there for homes that aren't upside down. But that leaves a lot of homes that are upside down. And if you know what you're doing and you know what's going on, you can make a ton of money. So, and there's plenty of room to fall. We're talking about double dip recession prices. National home prices could fall an additional 25% over the next 2 to 3 years. This will vary from region to region, but that's just staggering. If you look at prices and how they skyrocketed between 2000 and 2007 on the chart that I put here, you can see we've seen nothing like that in the past. So it's got to come back down. It's got to hit those prices that we probably saw in the early 90s. So, but the real thing is, how far in the future is this going to go? 2010, 2015, 2020, it could be there forever. So how long will prices take to return to today's value is really unknown, especially with the rate we've looked at 0.4% a year. So it's crazy. It could be here for a long time. So opportunity, where is it? In every bad situation, and obviously this is one of the worst situations in the real estate market that has ever hit in the history that we can even think of, there lies a huge opportunity. And this is for you guys right now to take advantage of it. There's a huge surplus of foreclosures. So that means if you know how to negotiate short sales, if you know how to work with the bank, if you become an expert in your area, you could take advantage of this. So be an expert. People will flock to you. People will come to you. Become a specialist. Tell everyone about what you want to do. So this is what I'm all about. Looking at, working with, being a part of foreclosures. Spread the word. People will flock to you, and again, that's an incredible feeling that you can help people out. And there's not a lot of competition. A lot of people don't want to deal with foreclosures or short sales because they're work. But work, and a little bit of work, you can make a lot of money. So, and on top of it, there's plenty of buyers. So, where do we start? Where does it go? What do we do? This is the end of video 1, and the next video will explain to you a little bit more about